with you. I understand. Well, go ahead. Explain. If they wanted perfect lawns.
If you want a perfect lawn, you're going to spend a tremendous amount of money now because the tropical signal grass can't go away chemically induced. You got to do pre-emergent programs. You got to knock it out, and the pre-emergent programs are so expensive anymore. It's 10 times the budget I have for spraying right now.
Right. So you're spending between $35,000 and $40,000 a year on chemicals to try to control your weeds here.
Right, and it would be almost $500,000 for me to do the programs that they're talking about of getting rid of tropical signal grass. Plus, you got to hand spray everything because the chemicals are so expensive. You don't want to waste it.
Right. Oh, where you don't have that grass.
Where you don't have bad grass, you don't want to put it down. So it's not like you can go, spray the whole golf course or something,
Gotcha.
Because you're wasting a tremendous amount of money. So it's all kind of handwork, and you got to do it 3 times 10 days apart in each little application.
For the ones at $500,000.
Yeah, in that program.
Right.
So
right.
it's just crazy, but there are programs out there. The chemical companies are trying to develop a way to kill this tropical signal grass. They're trying to come up with something. They haven't gotten it yet, but they're working at it. But like anything that's brand new, it's always at the very, very expensive end to start new programs. For your case, it's easier, quite honestly, to take Roundup before it gets too bad. Just take Roundup, spray out the bad areas, dig them up, and put sod in.
Right.
You're going to spend a lot less money if your homeowners want perfect lawns. They're going to have to do a little work or pay for a little work, whatever it is. I mean, you're not going to be able to maintain that unless you get rid of that tropical signal grass.
Well, even if you do that, you're basically putting a Band-Aid on the problem. You're not going to eradicate the problem.
Well, you can eradicate it over time if you just pay attention and just keep spraying when you see it.
Right.
Every homeowner could have a little jar of, if you educate your homeowners, everybody can walk out in their yard and you see that little patch of grass, spray it out, get rid of it.
Right.
It'll grow fast. Kill it, dig it up, put a little sand in there, the Bermuda will cover right over.
Right, just like a divot.
Just like a
in
divot
in a fairway.
On a fairway, yeah. It's just a matter of how prudent do they want to be in having really good lawns.
Right.
You can't expect somebody else to take care of it if you're going to be the one that wants the lawn perfect. You got to help a little bit.
Right.
And there's probably, as we just drove around, I don't think anybody in their yard has more than 10 square feet of it right now in their yard.
Right.
In their own little area.
But I do have it, and I would not. I'd like to be a test monkey, and I'm going to spray mine with Roundup and see what happens.
Spray it with Roundup, it'll turn brown, it'll die. Then dig it out, and then sand it in, or put dirt in there, and take a couple plugs, like a cup cutter plug.
Yeah.
Put them in that spot, and it'll grow. It'll all match up in a year or so.
But that's not the fault of a landscaper, though.
No.
That's
a lot of it. I looked at your grass last year. A lot of it is just because we've had so much rain. All of these weeds are washing everywhere. You don't get a chance to cut the grass the way you should.
Right.
It's all relative to the weakness of the long cut, wet summer. That if you have a short, normal height of cut and it's tighter turf, you don't necessarily get those things. Now that's why we got so many now, because we just
you could cut for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah,
right?
we went 2 weeks without mowing. We actually did deck mowers on all the fairways and everything before we could even get the fairway units on them.
Wow. Well, because if you didn't do that, you'd have clumps, and how would you ever get rid of all that? You couldn't do it.
You can't mow it down that short, for one.
Wow.
So we took it down in stages. It's just been a funny year.
It has been a very challenging year. Yeah. Well, Tom Duzin, thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks.
You got it.